Maggie plans to become a labor and delivery nurse. She hopes to return to school to become a certified nurse midwife and family nurse practitioner. She would also like to become a nurse educator. Esther Ayete. Esther's goal is to stay in Delaware after graduation, pass the NCLEX, and begin working as an entry-level nurse. She hopes to go on to attain a DNP degree, Doctorate of Nursing Practice, within the next 5 years of practicing as an RN. Danielle Nicole Bellingham. Danielle's goal is to work in pediatric nursing. She will continue her education in 2016 as she reaches toward her next educational goal of becoming a nurse practitioner. While at UD, Danielle was inspired by projects she worked on aimed at reducing maternal and infant mortality rates. She hopes to continue to work on these projects, making a difference for women and children globally. Alyssa Calistro. Starting in the middle of March, Alyssa will start the critical care nurse residency at Christiana Care. After a 6-month internship period, she will work in one of their ICU departments for the next 2 years. Eventually, Alyssa wants to return back to school to further her nursing education as an advanced practice nurse. Lisa Campbell. Lisa's future plans and professional goals include being a successful, skilled registered nurse in the specialty that she chooses, and within 5 years of graduation, she plans on exploring the career path of travel nursing, where she will embrace new learning opportunities and exciting adventures across the country. Her mom, Michelle Campbell, will pin her. Amanda Cox. Right now, Amanda is applying to maternal child residency programs and nursing jobs in Seattle and Portland. She is also planning on attending graduate school within the next few years. Her next big goal is getting a corgi puppy. Shelby Crawford. This spring, she will be starting a new chapter as an RN in Baltimore, Maryland, in the Weinberg Intensive Care Unit at Johns Hopkins. She is beyond excited to start her nursing career in a critical care setting and to move to a new city. She just can't wait to learn so much throughout orientation, become comfortable and confident on the unit. Next is Jessica Lee Crompton. Jessica plans to obtain employment in the emergency department of a level 1 trauma center on the East Coast. Her passion lies in the areas of trauma and emergency nursing, and she looks forward to this new chapter in her life with excitement and enthusiasm. Alma Donahue and her family. Alma's future plans include moving to Tucson, Arizona with her family upon graduation and starting her career as a registered nurse there. Within the next 5 years, she hopes to go back to school and pursue a specialization in anesthesia or possibly a DNP in pediatrics. She's the FBI. Next is Deepa Eddy. Deepa hopes to become part of an institution where she can provide comfort and care to patients who are in need. She would like to further her experience and involvement in healthcare by pursuing a higher education. She is thankful to all the faculty members who have given her the tools and resources needed to accomplish her goal of becoming a lifelong learner and educator of nursing. Next is Scott Estes and Krellis. Scott plans on working towards obtaining a job in one of the local emergency departments while continuing his education towards obtaining an emergency nurse practitioner degree. Emmy Fisher Scrivo. Emmy is so excited and enthusiastic about beginning the next step in her nursing career. She has reached a milestone by graduating from nursing school today and will spend the next month focusing on studying for the boards. Emmy is currently applying for a variety of jobs in hospitals in Delaware, Maryland, and Pennsylvania. She is looking forward to her future as an RN. Mark Gross. Mark hopes to continue to gain experience as a registered nurse and continue his education as a family nurse practitioner. He would also like to thank his family and friends for all their support. What's her name? Okay. Chantel Kira Harden and Sanaya. Chantel would like to get a job in labor and delivery. She plans to go to graduate school to become a family nurse midwife and open up her own birthing center. She plans to have a mobile birthing clinic where she would go to places like Africa for a few months and help women give birth, provide them educational tools and healthcare resources they do not have access to. Kyle William Hopkins. Kyle's goal is to stay in Delaware, where he plans to work in emergency department or ICU setting. He also plans on continuing his education with future hopes to becoming a certified registered nurse anesthetist, or CRNA for short. Daniel Ray Jackerson. After graduation, Danielle is looking forward to moving to New York City and is currently applying to critical care and emergency room jobs in and around the city. Samantha Jacqueline Kelly. Samantha has accepted a position on the medical ICU step-down unit at Christiana Hospital and will begin in March as a graduate nurse. Melissa Kobalars. Melissa plans to pursue a career in oncology. She also has future plans of completing her MSN NP degree and or completing a degree towards a CNS, or clinical nurse specialist. Also, she would love to teach students as a clinical instructor. All right, one more. You got one teacher. Woo. Okay. Margaret Emma LaFascia. After graduation, she will be working at Rockford Psychiatric Center in the nursing department with hopes to obtain a full-time psych RN job. Long-term, she would like to marry her MBA degree with the RN degree and become a director or administrator at a healthcare facility or agency. Brian McAuliffe. Brian's future plans and goals are to work in adult critical care. His mom, Kathy McAuliffe, will do the pinning. Kristen Ann McLaughlin. She plans on staying in Delaware and hopes to gain experience in emergency department nursing. After a year or two, she would then like to go back to school for her master's degree. And her mom, Barb McLaughlin, will do the pinning. Paige Marie Maring. Paige has accepted a job in the critical care residency at Christiana Care. She is looking forward to beginning her career as a critical care nurse. After she gets established, she plans to return to school at the University of Delaware to further her education in nursing sciences. She would like eventually to become a professor of nursing. Caitlin Miller. Caitlin plans to work in a med-surg setting after graduation and eventually apply for a position in the emergency department. She plans to go back for her master's to become a nurse practitioner and work in the field of psych nursing and mental health. Brooke Ann Ostahowski. Brooke has been offered and accepted a graduate nurse residency position in the emergency department at Christiana Care Health System. She will start her new career journey on March 2, 2015. She is also planning to spend some time doing missionary work overseas within the next few years. Her mom, Vera Ostahowski, will do the pinning. Sarah Adelaide Payne. Sarah is moving to South Carolina by the end of February and being able to pass the boards once in South Carolina. She plans to be an oncology nurse and hopes to one day do hospice nursing. And she also plans to get her certification in oncology and gerontology. Caroline Ogden Pember. After graduation, Caroline aspires to find a full-time nursing job in pediatrics. Due to her personal experience with children that have blood disorders, diabetes, and cancers, Caroline wishes to eventually work with those in the hematology, oncology, and endocrine specialties. Brian Michael Ross. Brian has accepted a position at Christiana Hospital and hopes to pursue a career as a critical care nurse. After gaining experience in the ICU setting, he plans to go back to school to become an acute care nurse practitioner. Christina Russell. Christy plans on obtaining a job in the hospital setting on a medical unit. Eventually, she wants to go back to school to obtain her master's degree. After her wonderful clinical experiences with Delaware, she hopes to Okay. Catherine Ann Smith. Katie plans to start her nursing career working as a pediatric nurse. She hopes to pursue a master's in public health, focusing on community and global health, as well as become a nurse practitioner at some point down the road. She is excited to explore the diverse opportunities the field of nursing has to offer. Abby Marissa Spezio. Spezio. Abby has accepted an offer of employment with Christiana Care as part of their medical nurse residency program. She is excited to begin her nursing career working on medical floors. Once Abby has gained experience, she plans on returning to school in order to become a nurse practitioner. Carly Stringham. After graduation, Carly plans to become a nurse in the neonatal intensive care unit. She would like to work and gain experience in the NICU before returning to school to become a neonatal nurse practitioner. She would then like to continue working in the NICU as an NNP. Chanel Thomas. Chanel plans to gain experience as a medical surgical nurse post-graduation. Following that experience, she is hoping to work as a critical care nurse. Ultimately, she aspires to go back to school in order to become an oncological nurse practitioner. Michelle Vassallo. Michelle hopes to work as a critical care nurse. After gaining experience, she plans to go back to school to get her doctorate of nursing practice degree. Megan Wanick. Megan's future plans are to take, and cross your fingers, this is right here, pass the NCLEX, get a job working in a unit that she hopes to enjoy, and start the next chapter of her life. Catherine Yatsis. Katie plans to begin her career as an ICU nurse with a Christiana Care critical care nurse residency program starting in March. She hopes to continue to work as a critical care nurse and eventually go back to school to further her education. Gunhae Yoon. After graduation, Gunhae will travel with her family and take a rest. That's what she's going to do. Smart. She will stay in Delaware, search for a job, and study for the NCLEX. As the School of Nursing marks its 50th year in 2016, you are now all alumni of the nursing program and hope that you keep in touch and continue to celebrate being in the nursing profession. Congratulations, graduates. Let's all give them another round of applause. And now I would like to ask Dr. Kathy Schell to give her closing remarks.
Okay, you need your clickers today? Okay. Took you a while there, didn't it? How sharp are you? Okay. This convocation helps to recognize and celebrate the many hours of class reading, studying, and clinical coursework which you have completed. I also want to take this time to have our faculty stand and recognize them for all their contributions. So on behalf of the faculty, I would like to wish you a successful and fulfilling career. I think you'll each contribute to nursing in a unique way. You need to be really patient with yourselves because you're all high achievers. You've come from a career perhaps where you were at the top of the heap. But now you're going to start as a novice. That can be very difficult, so really be patient with yourselves. We are here to support you at all times, so give us a call, email, come back and meet with us, go to lunch or coffee. I have to share a little advice because that's just what I love to do. So just a few points, Margaret. I have more than one, though. First of all, maintain your passion. The profession of nursing has incredible depth and breadth. Nurses are everywhere. For example, they're in an acute care setting as a medical surgical staff nurse, a neonatal ICU nurse, nurse managers, and advanced practice nurses like healthcare clinical nurse specialists. In the community, they're school nurses, hospice nurses, parish nurses, and public health nurses. In wellness settings, they're occupational nurse practitioners, holistic health nurses, managers of senior centers, and care navigators. And in the healthcare policy arena, they're members of local environmental task forces and state senators. You may even become a nurse faculty member or researcher. If you become discouraged, look for solutions. There is no reason to become bored, cynical, or burned out. The sky is the limit. It's up to you to find that. The second point, promote teamwork. You will work with wonderful nurse colleagues, physicians, physical therapists, nutritionists, social workers, chaplains, and many others. So respect and collaborate with these individuals to provide effective health care. But don't forget, the patient is the key person on that part of the team. Be open-minded. Lead, learn from others, and mentor others. Do your part to create a healthy work environment. Make every moment count. Be in the moment. Be mindful. Every assessment, intervention, cup of tea, handheld, words spoken can make a difference in someone's life. Be dedicated to quality and safety. Do the right thing even when no one is looking. Never stop advocating and caring for your patients. I see you as a pebble dropped into the pond. You have a ripple effect. You should feel privileged whenever you take care of someone's life during birth, wellness, illness, or death. Also spend time taking care of yourself, which maybe you haven't done for 17 months. That way you can take care of others. Have a sense of humor. And finally, the professor has to say, continue to pursue knowledge. Evidence-based practice is an expectation, and it's a challenging one at that. This evidence includes research, professional practice guidelines, case studies, expert opinion, and again, your client's point of view. View change as opportunity. I like to use a quote from Dr. Adelaide Nutting. She was the first nursing professor, it wasn't me. She said this about nursing. We need to realize and to affirm anew that nursing is one of the most difficult of arts. Compassion may provide the motive, but knowledge is our only working power. Perhaps, too, we need to remember that growth in our work must be preceded by ideas, and that any conditions which suppress thought must retard growth. Surely we will not be satisfied in perpetuating methods and traditions. Surely we shall wish to be more and more occupied with creating them. I look forward to witnessing your impact on the profession and healthcare. Congratulations, class of 2015.
This concludes the convocation ceremony. At this time, I would like to request all graduates to come out to the front here of the stage for a group picture. Our photographer's right there. And all family members, get your cameras out. This is a fun time. Everybody's going to be up here, and you guys are going to take pictures as much as you want. Okay? And then please join us after the group picture taking out in the lobby for refreshments before you go out to dinner. Okay. Thank you.
Draper said she gave me the wrong pin.
Oh, okay. I don't know where.
Yes. So somebody had.